Look, this man looks mad disappointed in his album cover. I don't know if it's with himself or maybe with us. Like, why would it be with us though? Like, what the fuck did we do to you? What's going on, everybody? It's the Granddad of Granddad Woolly, and you are here again for another edition of Woolly Reviews Hip Hop Data. We got an album review today. I know, like, it should have happened a long while ago, y'all. A couple days ago, but I was sick, y'all. Don't get fucking mad at me. I'm still a little sick, but I'm getting there, goddammit. But we got an album review, and we're gonna be talking about the brand new album that just fucking dropped from a nigga from DC who been on the low key like his entire career. He don't give a fuck about being known about anything, but he's making papers though. He's figured it out. I need to figure out how he does that shit, because that's what I'm trying to goddamn do. This motherfucker's back. He dropped his new shit. He looked disappointed in everybody. But maybe he's just looking at somebody with some whack ass shoes. I don't fucking know, but we gonna find out. Talking about the new album from Oddisee entitled The Iceberg. Now, for those who don't know, Oddisee is a very dope MC producer out of Washington, D.C. He's been around the game for a hot minute. He's 1/3 of the group Diamond District. He's been putting out work for about a good 10, 15 years on the production side, on a group side, and on the solo tip. But now he's back with his official follow-up to the 2015 album. I believe it's called The Good Fight, if I remember. Like, I'm not too much into Oddisee, y'all. Like, I knew about him, but I ain't been like heavy into Oddisee. But like more recently, I've been listening to this dude because motherfucker's dope. So now we're gonna see if The Iceberg is a cold motherfucking album that lives up to its title, or if it's an album that's just as tragic as that iceberg that fucked up the Titanic and ruined everybody's life and had them floating in the water freezing to death. Rose, you could have let motherfucking Jack on that damn door. That shit was big enough. You cold-blooded for that shit. Literally cold-blooded. I ain't never gonna forget that shit. That was grimy. Let's talk about the shit. Now, when I first popped in this album and I tuned into the production, which is all done by Oddisee, like I said, he is a producer and he usually handles all the production on all of his albums, and this one was no different. I like the vibe of the production on here. It's very soulful, very rooted in the traditional hip-hop sound, but it doesn't sound boom bap-ish. There's a lot of great instrumentation on here. He plays around with a lot of cool sounds and melodies on here. He's got some real jazzy sound in production, some funk sound in production, some just soul sound in production, like I said, but it's all rooted in that good old-fashioned hip-hop. Some of the joints on here also end up tending to sound wavy and atmospheric, so Oddisee is a very well-ranged and wide-range producer, and he really just plays with a lot of different things, and it works well with his style. And I just think that he comes through with a very solid set of beats on here. They're not really like too lively or too hyped. They're really all in that same like low-key mellow vibe, but it isn't like boring. It's really interesting. It's like, it's not boring, but it's not like super hype. It's just right. It's just the right amount of low-key vibes going through this entire album that keeps you interested. It works with his flow and his style, and it doesn't make you feel like it's like a repetitive sounding album, but it's nothing that's overly super mega hype at the same time. And overall, I really enjoyed the production he did on this album. There was no beat on here that I absolutely hated or didn't like. I liked everything on here. It worked well, it fit well, and Oddisee did his thing on them. So now let's see exactly what that thing that Oddisee did was. I mean, obviously he rapped, but you know how he rapped and what he talked about. You know what the fuck I'm saying. Let's talk about it. Now, when it comes to Oddisee as a rapper, I think he's really dope. He's got really great lyrics. He has a very, very traditional style type of flow. It really is an easygoing flow that you can really get into. It's not something that's really crazy, but he knows how to work his style and his flow and his range and his delivery very well, and I really like how he did it on this entire album. But the thing about Oddisee that's really great is his subject matter, his lyricism, and just how he comes across with a message no matter what he's talking about. He has so many different various topics such as police brutality and mental illness and, you know, growing up impoverished or not with a lot of money, and then being able to appreciate having things or wanting to buy things for yourself but not doing it too much, wanting to be able to have a career in hip-hop but not really have to sell out or really, you know, give up his freedom to be able to do whatever he wants. He just talks about pretty much every single thing in every single way possible, and he does it in such a very detailed and descriptive way that you can just visualize everything he talks about, and he does it in such a clear and concise way. He gets really, really deep on this album, tackling certain issues that most people might not want to hear on a hip-hop album because they're afraid it'll sound too preachy or just not what they want to hear when they're listening to music. But I think Oddisee does a good job tackling these things, and these are things that need to be heard more in hip-hop, and Oddisee is a perfect type of artist to really showcase and do that. He just really resonates with every single song, no matter what it is, and he just pretty much he does what he does best. And I love every song on here because every song has a meaning, it has a message, it has something that'll make you think, and it's something that I think Oddisee just executed and really thought out very well, and I got no problems, just like with the production, on what he actually did on these beats. And there's only 12 songs on the album, a very good sized album. It's not too long, not too short, and Oddisee really does make the best of his time in this entire album, and he does not waste any time. He doesn't give us any filler tracks. Every track on here is very strong and very likable, and it's just a good album and a really good presentation from Oddisee himself, both on the lyrical side and on the production side. They both came together great and they sounded great. And as far as features on here, he don't have many. He's only got 2 motherfucking features on here, really light, which is really dope. And it is, hold on, I can't, this name is weird, but fuck it, is it Toine or Toine or T-O-I-N-E? I don't fucking know. I'm probably gonna get shat on by somebody because they probably like, yo, nah, you gotta know this nigga. I don't know. Fuck, I can't, but that's him. He's on there. He drops a dope verse on one of the songs on here, and actually he's on another song. He's actually on 2 songs here, but he has a verse on one song and he kind of just talks on another song. And then Oliver St. Louis is on another song. He's the only other feature. He's a singer. He comes through with some really soulful, nice melodies on here. I like the way he sings. He's got this real nice twang to his voice and really nice delivery, which is really dope. But for the most part, Oddisee handles this entire album and he does it so goddamn well. Now, you know I gotta give him a top 5 tracks, y'all, and this was quite difficult because, like I said, I liked every fucking song on here. I thought every song brought some sort of value and great meaning to it. So it wasn't that easy for me to find 5, y'all. I had to listen to the album quite a bit, but I whittled it down to 5, and here they go. So it's Things, Built by Pictures, Hold It Back, Like Really, and Want to Be. Okay, so let's go back up to the top. So first song, Things, and this is the second song on the album, and I like this song a lot. It's pretty much talking about how we as people all go through things. You go through things, I go through things, they go through things. Ain't nobody over there, but people go through things, and sometimes we think the things that we go through are a little bit more important than the things that other people go through, but in the same thing, it's like we all going through the same shit in some way, so really no person's thing is more important than the other person's thing. What the fuck am I talking about? You know what I'm saying, though. Basically, everybody go through things. Nobody's fucking special. We all go through it, and we all got to get through it in some way, shape, or form. But we find that our things are more important than other people's things, so it's a little bit of selfishness. But at the end of the day, we all the same, goddammit. I guess that's what it means. I think I got it, y'all. But point is, this song is fucking dope. It's got a really dope beat behind it. Very bouncy dance track type beat, but it's very soulful as well. And Oddisee just comes through with a really good flow, really good verses on here, and he's just pretty much talking about the things he goes through, and that's what it is, all right? But it's a dope fucking song. I'm gonna stop saying the word things because I'm sick of those shit, but it's dope. Check it out. The next song is Built by Pictures, and I really like this song. It's very dope. It's got some nice horns on here, hard-hitting drums, and as far as Oddisee, he's talking about like he really didn't have any guide or any instructions on how to get to where he's at in life as far as his level of success. He kind of like, you know, when you like go to IKEA or something, you gotta try to figure out how to put this impossible fucking furniture together, so you say, fuck it, I'm just gonna look at the pictures and do the best I can. He IKEA'd this shit. He just said, I just looked at the picture and tried to get the best way possible. Fuck them extra screws. You don't need that shit. You don't even need it. It's just extra shit. I mean, it might fall apart, but who gives a fuck? Right now, it's standing strong, goddammit. And that's what he's pretty much saying. Like, he's made it to this level of success. He probably didn't do it the way that he was instructed or it should have been done, but he figured this shit out on his own by just looking at the pictures. And sometimes that's all you need is to look at the picture and just go for that shit, and it worked out for that nigga. So it's a dope song. I like the metaphor of it. It's really cool, and it's just a song that really just like another one that anybody can relate to. No matter what it is that you want to do, you have to do it in your own way. You may not be given the proper tools to do it, or you may be given the tools to do it, but don't really know how to put the shit together, so you gotta figure it out. But as long as the fucking IKEA table's put together and you can eat on it, you done. You fucking figured it out, goddammit. It was built by pictures. The next song is Hold It Back, and this is another dope song where Oddisee is pretty much saying like, yo, why do we have to hold back what we really feel or what we really want to say, what's really happened? We always have to hold our tongue or not really say what's really going on, or, you know, and it's just like, he's like, fuck that shit. I'm about to keep it 100 on all levels and just tell you what it really is in society, in the world, what's going on. And we need to really realize that this shit is happening right now. We can't ignore it. We can't bite our tongue. We can't just pretend it's not happening or downplay it, because that does not help the situation. You got to be real. You got to be honest with yourselves. And that's the only way we're going to progress, get over it, and go through it and make shit better for everybody. But it's a dope song. A lot of dope points are being made on this song, and it's just something that I think you should really listen to. Another song that anybody can relate to, because he just hits so many different aspects. Way too many to goddamn name. Just listen to it. You will see what I'm talking about. But Oddisee kills it once again. Check it out. The next song is Like Really, and I think this is actually the second official single from the album, and I really, really like this song. This is the song that really got me interested in listening to this album. I love the beat on here. It starts in with some really just low-key, like, guitar on here, and it just builds up to this really just wavy, atmospheric, bouncy type track. And it's honestly pretty much just saying like really, like this, that's really how it is. He just hit so many different points. He's like, yo, like, you know, how you gonna go on vacation but you past due on all your payments? Like, really, nigga? Like, come on, you gotta get your priorities straight. Pretty much it's a song that just hits all kinds of points like that. I mean, he talks about, you know, the whole Donald Trump situation, like, how you gonna make us great when we were never really that amazing? Like, really, nigga? Like, come on, like, you really need to figure this shit out the real way. And it's just pretty much him just talking about so many different issues and points that's going on with the world. He hits it with a really rapid fire verse. I love the way that the verse structure is, because he does the like really thing, and then at the tail end of the verse, he just hits you with some rapid fire shit, and it comes back with a really smooth, just jazzy feeling hook. It's just like, it's a perfect fucking single, perfect fucking song. I love this track. It's still one of my favorites, even in the context of the album. It sounds even better to me, so definitely check it out. I'm pretty sure you've heard it. If not, check it out, because it is definitely one of the best songs on the album to me. Like, really, it is. It really fucking is. And the last song is Want to Be, a really dope song. I like the beat on here, hard-hitting drums, some more horns coming in here, very triumphant sounding type beat. And Oddisee is pretty much saying, like, he just talks about how he wants to be happy, how he wants to do whatever he wants to do, and just, you know, enjoy life the way he wants to enjoy it. And it's really, really dope, because he hits so many different points. He hits the point of, like, yo, people just need to go find happiness, whatever form it is for yourself, whatever you think is gonna make you happy. You need to go out in life and find that shit, because you only got one of them motherfuckers. And if you live life unhappy, I mean, it's pretty much a goddamn waste. And Oddisee is at the point of life right now where he feels like he's at the happiest point. He's at the good point of his life. He's got everything he fucking wants. And it just is a fucking dope time to be Oddisee right now. And that's my top 5, y'all. But like I said, this entire album, I think, is a really, really great fucking sounding album on all levels, production-wise, lyrically, conceptually. I mean, it really isn't a concept to it, but I'm talking about as far as the individual songs and their concepts and their themes. They all have value. They all come through with a great story, a great meaning. And Oddisee just paints that picture so well lyrically that he just makes you really just visualize and see and appreciate all these things he's talking about, and also makes you think. The album is very deep, it's very dense, it's got a lot to it that you can go back and listen to and really get from. It's not something that you're gonna listen to and then pass over. You really have to just appreciate it for what it is, and it's an album that you will be getting a lot of replay value out of if you really understand everything that Oddisee is coming through. I mean, the songs are entertaining, they sound great. I mean, I got nothing bad to say about this album. Oddisee did a great fucking job, and me personally, I'm not a big Oddisee dude. I haven't listened to much Oddisee. I just started listening to him, but like The Good Fight and, you know, Awasta and all the other stuff he's put out recently, I really like that stuff. But this is a really great album, and I think this is my favorite Oddisee project thus far because of just what he hit on and how he presented it. So my final verdict, I'm not saying that Oddisee the Iceberg is a top to bottom, very well put together album with pretty much zero to no flaws in it that I can fucking see. All I'm saying is that beats are perfect for Oddisee. They sound really good, very, very jazzy, wavy, soulful, hip-hop related, but it's got just so much character to it. Oddisee himself is a great lyricist, great storyteller. His lyrics hit on point, his flow, his delivery is really great, and everything on here just comes off so well. The songs are presented well. It's really, really, really just concise and tight. There's nothing on here that feels out of place. There's nothing on here that feels like it's a throwaway. The features on here, though they are very minimal on here, they come through and they bring value as well. And overall, this is a great fucking album, and I really, really enjoy listening to this. I've heard this a few times already, and I'm gonna keep listening to this shit because Oddisee killed this motherfucker. So all I gotta say is that for me, Oddisee, the Iceberg, is 100% Granddad approved. Definitely go check it out. It's out right now. Cop this joint, support Oddisee. He is a really dope producer and artist. I mean, he's doing it all independent. He's getting that money. He's keeping it out of the fucking limelight. He's still doing that shit, and he eating, so I can't be mad at the dude. He's figured it out the best way you can do it in this rap game. He's figured this shit out. Indie Spotlight, nigga! Today's Indie Spotlight, y'all, comes from a returning Indie Spotlighter by the name of Yshwa. He is back with his newest project, Melody Lane, the follow-up to Thank God It's Friday, which I thought was a very solid project that had a few hiccups here and there, but he's back again, and it seems he's worked on a few of those hiccups. The production on here, which I think is one of the strongest points of this entire project, Yshwa has increased his skill level so much on the production, which I really do like. He's so layered, so detailed, so many different sounds. He plays around with so many different things. It doesn't sound repetitive or redundant. Each beat on here has its own sort of character and life, and it sounds really crisp and clean. So good job on the production with that shit, Yshwa. And as far as the delivery, he's also played around with some new stuff as well. He uses a lot more humor in his vocals. His lyrical delivery is a little bit more confident. He's really just playing around and having more fun, which I really do like. But some of his lyrics still don't tend to make sense at times. I feel like his lyrics need to be sharpened up. His pen needs to be a little bit sharper. But other than that, the delivery and the performance and how it sounds and the clarity, A1, grade A, and he really does still give you some entertaining content to listen to. He talks about himself being in the rap game and how he pretty much is not what everybody thinks he should be, or how he feels like he's not taken seriously, but he's still gonna keep doing his thing. I like that. He's persevering. He's also a singer, so he uses a lot of cool melodies and stuff like that I really do think he really does a good job at. His delivery and his vocal range and everything he does on there is really good. I think the only thing that really does hinder Yshwa is his lyrical ability and the rhymes and the concepts that he tries to come across with. It just doesn't seem like it's really put together or thought out well. It needs to be worked on. It seems a bit disjointed. The album itself seems a bit disjointed. It really doesn't feel like a concept is really there, but I feel like in time he's really gonna progress and get better with those things. My favorite songs on here are Ride Out, Good Looking, Why You Saying That, Bitches, Gaslight. Standouts right there. Really dope production on here. Yshwa's delivery and vocals on there I think are the best on the album with those tracks. My two least favorite tracks on here I have to say is Cantaloupe and Battle Rappers. I really think the hooks on there really are the poorest hooks on there. They really don't make any sense. Then that's the thing about Yshwa too, is that his hook game needs a little work as well. But like I said, in time that'll get better. But I do suggest you check out Yshwa Melody Lane. There's a lot more positives than negatives on here, and it shows progression, which is good with any artist. And I just like to see where he's gonna go from here. I hope he keeps improving because he has a lot of talent. He can do it all. He's pretty much like fucking Oddisee. He can do it all. Produce, rap, sing. He does all the shit, and he does it pretty damn well. But he will get better in time. Now back to our regularly scheduled review. But this shit right here is as cold as Iceberg, I guess. God damn it, that was fucking terrible. I tried though, I fucking tried. But I got nothing more to say. Oddisee, the Iceberg, is Granddad approved. So go check out the shit right fucking now. Flip it. Alright, y'all, that's gonna do it for today's video. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and drop a comment. Tell me what you think of Oddisee, the Iceberg, if you've heard it. If you have not heard it, like I said, it's a crazy dope album. Great production, great verses, great themes. Everything on here is fucking great, so check out the shit. Get some Oddisee in your life, because the motherfucker's dope. Previous videos on the side as well as my latest single. Check that out, show us some love. And as always, Twitter, Facebook, Soundcloud, Instagram. Links in the description below. And subscribe. Button on the screen, button below. Woolly Reviews, twice a week. Hit that notification bell so you can know when the shit drops. Gaming channel, CD case studies, all that shit. Check it out, because it's fucking dope. And I got nothing more to say. So until next time I take my leave, Granddad, Oddisee, the Iceberg. It's a cold fucking album, man. Like almost as cold as Rose leaving Jack in that fucking water. You fucking grind me for that shit. I'm never gonna forget. Never. I'm out of here.